As we journey back through the gentle glow of yesteryear, where the sparkling glitter dances with a hush of anticipation, we're thrilled to welcome you once more to the enchanted world of quality silent films, a realm where images whisper yet remain in our memory through time. Today, we draw back the curtains to unveil an unusual story woven with mystery, identity, and the electric charm that defined early 1920s cinema. Before we join the chaos, let's take a moment to honor the incredible talents behind this film. The director, Herbert Blaché, who hailed from London, cemented his legacy during the silent film era, transitioning from Britain to the US and crafting melodramas and early features with a skilled and confident touch. At the heart of our story is Gladys Walton, one of Universal's vibrant young stars, an actress who shone very brightly in the early 1920s, leaving behind a small yet unforgettable collection of nuanced performances. Alongside her is the reliable and subtly engaging Malcolm McGregor, whose presence graced over 50 productions. Together, these artists radiate with life in The Untameable. To truly grasp the significance of this film in its historical context, we must rewind to the remarkable year of 1923. It was the year when the iconic Yankee Stadium first opened its doors, forever changing the landscape of American sports. Meanwhile, a new nation was born with the establishment of the Republic of Turkey, marking a significant shift in global politics. In Europe, the Weimar hyperinflation reached its chaotic peak, banknotes losing value faster than they could be printed, with fortunes vanishing overnight. It was a time of turmoil, ambition, collapse, and rebirth, an ideal year in history for a drama exploring fractured identities and uncontrollable forces. In this intriguing landscape, The Untameable made its debut, brought to life by Universal Pictures and the visionary producer Carl Laemmle, a pivotal figure in the early days of Hollywood. The film's visual storytelling was crafted by cinematographers Benjamin H. Klein and Howard Oswald, who painted a world filled with delicate shadows, a soft shimmer on troubled faces, and an atmosphere thick with the weight of the unseen. While some details of its production have faded into obscurity over the years, the essence of the story remains, a captivating exploration of how the silent film era embraced the unusual, boldness, psychological depth, and melodrama. At its heart, The Untameable tells a tale of dual identity, a woman who seems to live as two distinct individuals, each pulling her in opposite directions. One side exudes innocence and warmth, while the other crackles with intensity and danger. The film delves into the ways the world attempts to mold her, control her, and even fix her, as if the human mind were merely a machine. For today's audiences, this theme resonates on a deeper level. We see identity not as a single mask but as a complex, ever-shifting tapestry. We recognize how early cinema employed duality as both a spectacle and a metaphor, hinting at the emotional, psychological, and societal struggles that continue to challenge us today. Another thread running through the film is the theme of control: who wields it, who loses it, and how easily it can slip away. In the 1920s, this concern was a common motif in many films, women asserting their independence, men clinging to traditional power, and science offering both new possibilities and new anxieties. Modern viewers will immediately feel the tension. The struggle to assert one's own identity, to resist being defined by others, and to push back against the forces that seek to manipulate or diminish. It feels surprisingly relevant, even after a century has passed. And, of course, this is a silent melodrama, so its emotional depth is amplified, its gestures are bold, and its storytelling is etched right into the visuals. Melodrama, often misunderstood in today's context, was the very pulse of early Hollywood. It was a realm where a single glance could convey a novel's worth of tension, and even the tiniest gesture, a quivering hand, a sudden pivot, a flicker in the eyes, could communicate so much more than words ever could. Without revealing any twists, picture a scenario where a man finds himself caught up with someone who might not be exactly who she appears to be, where love intertwines with uncertainty, and every new discovery feels like stepping further into a labyrinth. The suspense doesn't just come from action, it's also rooted in the unnerving feeling that one's identity might be shifting right beneath them. That's the enchantment of The Untameable. A tale of emotional stakes wrapped in a psychological enigma. As you immerse yourself in this film, let yourself be transported back to 1923, the fashion, the stylized performances, the bold exploration of the mind's mysteries long before psychology became a part of everyday talk. And once the credits roll, stick around. We'll do a deeper exploration of the cast, the film's themes, its production history, and the world it came from. For now, relax into the soft reassurance of darkness. Let the flickering screen take you back a century, and let this unique silent drama weave its strange, captivating magic. Enjoy The Untameable, and may its shadows and secrets guide you into the past. After the last card fades and the projector's light dims, a heavy silence hangs in the air, a feeling of something left unresolved, like a part of an identity quietly slipping away. The atmosphere this film creates is one of unsettling change, a woman torn between two versions of herself, a love tested by enigma, and the world around her revealing hidden fears in broad daylight. We witness her transformation, and when the film comes to a halt, we're left with a flurry of questions. Who was she? Who will she become? That image lingers, etched in our minds, both haunting and beautiful. Now, let's take a moment to appreciate the artists who brought this story to life. The director, Herbert Blaché, was born in London on October 5, 1882, to a French hatmaker and an English actress, and he passed away in Santa Monica on October 23, 1953. He directed over 50 films between 1912 and 1929, and in the early 1910s, he co-founded America's Solax company with his wife, the trailblazing Alice Guy Blaché. His work connects the East Coast studio era with the rise of Hollywood, and The Untameable is a notable piece from his late silent period, an exciting time when the visual and psychological depths of silent cinema were being thoroughly explored. Then there's Gladys Walton, born on April 13, 1903, in Boston and who passed away on November 15, 1993, in Morro Bay, California. She began acting at just 16 in comedy two-reelers and became a contract player at Universal from 1919 to 1923, earning a remarkable $600 a week at her peak. Known for her roles in Pink Tights, 1920, and The Wise Kid, 1922, she captured the youthful essence of early 1920s screen women, yet she stepped away from film by 1925 to focus on family. Malcolm McGregor, born on October 13, 1892, in Newark, New Jersey, and who died on April 29, 1945, in Hollywood, California, was a dashing leading man of the silent era, appearing in over 50 films between 1922 and 1936. Like many silent stars, his career took a hit with the advent of sound. He later found himself in lower-budget roles before retiring from film. Supporting this trio are some truly dependable character actors. John St. Polis, who was born on November 24, 1873, in New Orleans, passed away on October 8, 1946, in Los Angeles. He made his film debut back in 1914 and smoothly transitioned into the era of sound films, most notably playing Mary Pickford's on-screen father in Coquette, 1929. Then there's Lon Poff, Alonzo M. Poff, born on February 8, 1870, in Bedford, Indiana, who left us on August 8, 1952, in Los Angeles, California. He appeared in nearly 100 films from 1917 to 1951, often without credit but always adding his presence to the backdrop of many silent and early sound classics. In The Untameable, both actors lend a sense of depth and stability to the silent world surrounding our leads, helping to ground the story in a believable universe, even as the plot veers into mystery and hypnosis. For all involved, this film serves as a subtle footnote. Walton, one of her few surviving titles. McGregor, a memorable romantic melodrama amid a bustling career, and for the supporting cast, just another entry in their solid, hard-working filmographies. Now, let's talk about the production itself. The story, inspired by Gelett Burgess's The White Cat, revolves around the sensational themes of hypnotism and split personality, pretty daring topics for 1923. Cinematographers Benjamin H. Klein and Howard Oswald beautifully captured the light and shadow of a woman in distress. The marketing of the time highlighted Gladys Walton's portrayal of dual personas, Sweet Joy, and Vamp Edna, and some records indicate that the studio really leaned into her image as a flapper icon undergoing a dramatic transformation. The film is said to run for about 65 minutes, and while detailed shooting diaries are hard to come by, we do know that Universal's 1923 schedule was jam-packed. And Walton quickly moved from film to personal life soon after, making this one of her last significant outings with Universal. The theme of hypnotism tapped into the era's fascination with psychology, mesmerism, and modern anxieties, all wrapped up in stylish fashions and the aesthetics of the silent film era. This film captures the spirit of the 1920s, exploring the rise of new women, the quest for identity, and the departure from Victorian norms. It paints a picture of a vibrant, electrified city while hinting at the unseen forces, like hypnotism, that could disrupt the status quo. The dual personality storyline can be seen as an early cinematic take on female empowerment and the anxieties that come with it. A woman who dares to break free from societal expectations is deemed untameable. For modern audiences, these themes still resonate. Identity is complex, external pressures loom large, and the emotional pull of silent film's melodrama remains powerful. The film serves as both a historical reflection and a commentary on the divided self, the masks we wear, and the personas we conceal. As for its reception, while there aren't many detailed reviews from its time, current rating aggregators show that The Untameable has earned a respectable score of 7 out of 10 from an average group of voters. Like many silent films, it wasn't celebrated as a masterpiece back then, but it hasn't been completely forgotten either. Its continued existence and appreciation among silent film fans suggest it has carved out a small but significant place in film history. Archivists and collectors point out that only 5 of Walton's 38 films are known to have survived, and The Untameable is one of them. When it comes to its legacy and preservation, the film appears in home video catalogs and online platforms, although there isn't much information about a complete restoration. Walton's limited surviving filmography adds to the film's importance for silent film scholars. While Silentera.com doesn't classify it as lost, many films from this period are either missing or incomplete, making its survival noteworthy. There isn't a major academic work solely focused on The Untameable, but it does come up in discussions about flapper culture, hypnotism in cinema, and Universal's early 1920s productions. The story of its survival, when so many films have vanished, is a quiet triumph in itself. Here are some surprising and intriguing historical details about the film. One studio publicity sheet referred to Walton as the Little Queen of the Flappers, giving us a glimpse into how the studio crafted her public persona. Another interesting detail, Malcolm McGregor reportedly met a tragic end due to burns from a home accident, stemming from a bed where he dozed off while smoking. What a dramatic conclusion for a leading man of the silent era. Herbert Blaché's marriage to Alice Guy Blaché came to an end in 1918 when he left her to chase a Hollywood career and one of his actresses. This coincided with the decline of the Solac studio in New Jersey. There is a story that Gladys Walton and Al Capone were romantically involved for a decade, which is largely based on family lore, particularly from her son John. While she did not publicly deny all contact, she admitted to flirting and later visiting him. Historians and biographers remain skeptical, citing a lack of strong documentary evidence. Thanks for joining us today. We truly hope you enjoyed this journey with us. Keep an eye out for more exciting discoveries from quality silent films, where every screening is more than just a tale, it's a piece of history, a unique voice, and a whole world just waiting to be explored again. We can't wait to see you at the next showing. After watching these hypnotic characters, I finally understand the title. Turns out the most untamable thing is one's love life.